I'm Stanley Barkin. I'm going to be reading some Midrashic poems from Naming the Birds, a book that's in English and Bulgarian, but I'll be reading in English. What is a Midrashic poem? Well, one way of thinking about it is that it's not the text itself from the Bible or classic literature, but what is behind the text, what is under it, what's from the side of it. Or in a way, here's a Midrashic poem that explains what a Midrashic poem is. Moses tells all. You think it took 40 days and nights to inscribe the 10 Commandments? Actually, it took only 1 day and a night. It took 39 days and nights to decorate the letters. In a sense, you could say Midrashic poetry is the decorations on the letters. So the first 3 poems I'm going to read are from the Garden of Eden. Each is a particular viewpoint of creation. The man's point of view, the woman's point of view, and the cat's point of view as representative of the animal kingdom. So first, the man's point of view, as yet unborn. Oh, to be Adam again, with all his ribs yearning for a woman as yet unborn, mouth free of the taste of apples, ears without the hiss of snakes, mindless of nakedness and shame, in the garden of gentle creatures waiting for a name. And the woman's point of view, first birth, covered with leaves, she rises out of the earth. She first, not Adam. How much more likely, more provable, he from her pit than she from his rib. It was a man who wrote the myth. Now the cat's point of view, representing the animal kingdom. Cat's Eden. Montaigne wrote, does man play with the cat? Or does the cat play with man? Anyone who has a cat at home knows the answer to that question. Notice I said has a cat, not owns a cat. When the first cat crawled up on a rock in Eden, he cautiously considered all the creatures about him. Closing his eyes at too much sun pouring through the leafy overgrowth, he licked his front paws, rubbed his ears, curled his tail around him and purred, well, this one I'll call man, that one woman. Just right for 2 pets in my garden. They will serve me milk and catnip and caress me whenever I wish. Now it's time to place mouse and cat on second thought after lunch. That was Garfield. Last Midrashic poem, Naming the Birds, which is the title poem of the book. Tired of naming cattle and fish, Adam turned to the birds. Raven, he said, then dove prophetically, these first creatures of the air who'd be symbols in a later time of rain and flood and rainbow. Of the birds who would sing at dawn and dusk, he had little interest. So Eve decided to try her onomastic skill. Nightingale, she whispered, ibis, heron, flamingo, parrot, peacock, tanager, mystery, grace, magnificence of thought, motion, and design. It took a woman to properly name the birds of paradise. A final poem, not Midrashic, in a sense, a bit eschatological, since we live in very end of days times. And this is a poem that I wrote after a footnote of Donald Leff, Immortality. I'm going to read it in Donald's voice, although he doesn't prefer it. I jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge twice, but I failed. I didn't die. The Guinness Book of World Records called me up, said I should try again. If I lived, I'd set a record. So I jumped the 3rd time, and succeeded. At last, I've achieved immortality.